We are now in the sterilization area. To begin with, I inspect every items before I load them in the carriage. I inspect every accurate labeling, the tapes, the arrows, and the filters of our items. What I'm showing here is a process challenge device, or what we call the helix. This tests the air removal and steam penetration of each load. Sterilizer trolleys shall be loaded in such a manner to avoid trays or packs overlapping each other. Ensure there's an adequate space between sets and items are not contacting the sterilizer walls or the ceiling of the sterilizer chamber. Heavy sets shall never be placed above light sets. If we have any items in pouches, they must be faced in the same direction because laminate to laminate will restrict steam flow. Here I'm placing the helix device on the bottom shelf just above the drain. After inspecting all our items, we are now ready to load it inside the sterilizer. No items shall protrude outside the figure of the carriage. Ensure that daily and weekly tests have been carried out successfully and there is sufficient print paper to record all cycle parameters. We are now scanning and selecting the appropriate cycle for documentation. Once the cycle is completed, silence the alarm by opening the sterilizer door. After unloading the trolley, I'm going to put the signage just as safety precautions for everyone because our trolley is still hot. Using protective gloves, I'm taking now the PCD or the helix for inspection. I'm cutting off the printouts so we can check all parameters during the whole process. I am now taking out the helix strip and checking if the color changes. So we can attach this one to the quality forms on our load documentation log before filling all the information. I'm reading the sterilizer printout and checking that all critical parameters are met. Here, sterilizing time should be 3 minutes and 30 seconds for Gitengi and 4 minutes for sterilizers. The temperature has been sustained at 134 to 137 degrees Celsius, verifying a satisfactory run. Since all parameters are fine, I can now approve the load by following the TDOC scanning steps. Here I'm inspecting all load contents for color change, for external indicators, and arrows or any wet items. I can now approve the load by following TDOC scanning steps. Before I move them to the cooling area and leave it there for 30 to 60 minutes before transferring to the cooling shelves. I am now signing and attaching the batch label and the cycle printouts and our quality forms for documentation.